This is the second in a series of videos produced by QPilch to help you represent yourself in a civil case in court. This video will be useful whether you are the one who has started the court case or whether someone has started a case against you. This video will give you some information to help you respond to the court proceedings and help both parties to keep clear about what they are actually arguing about. In the first video, we explained that court proceedings are like going on a plane journey. The destination is the trial. Whoever is bringing the proceedings is called the plaintiff, and they have written their ticket for the plane journey, the statement of claim. They want you to hop on the flight and be at the destination too. So they have sent you their ticket, and it names you as a passenger. Now you have received their ticket, what do? Well, you have three choices. Choice 1, do nothing. Yes, you can do nothing. If you do nothing, the court is likely to accept what the plaintiff has written on the ticket, all the details, and give the plaintiff what they ask for. The plaintiff won't have to prove anything as long as the ticket is properly written and given to you. The plaintiff will ask the court to make a judgment in default, and then they can start acting on that judgment. For instance, if the statement of claim said that you owed them $250,000, the plaintiff can arrange to sell some of your assets to collect that money, or send you bankrupt. But if you know that you have no legal defence to the plaintiff's claim or no evidence to argue, then filing a defence will just increase the legal costs that you have to pay, as well as the stress and difficulties of defending a case. You really need some legal advice to make this choice. Choice 2, hop on board. If you disagree with the statements the plaintiff has made on their ticket and you have evidence to prove why they are mistaken, you need to get a ticket to join the journey. You are already named as a passenger on the ticket the plaintiff has sent you, but you can write your own ticket showing how you disagree with the plaintiff. You might disagree with their facts or the evidence they say exists. You'll need to fill out a court form. This might be called a defence or a response. It depends on the court that you are in. There will be a time limit somewhere between 14 and 28 days to file this document. In this video, we'll talk about completing a defence. You also have a chance to make some complaints of your own. You might want the plaintiff to fix some damage or pay you some money. This is called a counterclaim. To include a counterclaim, which is actually your statement of claim, watch our first video. Choice 3. Try to solve the problem without the court. You can contact the plaintiff and try and resolve the case. Time is still ticking. You need to file a defence within the time limit even if you're hoping to reach an agreement. If the plaintiff has a lawyer, you should only speak to their lawyer. If you can reach an agreement about how to solve the problem, or at least part of it, the plaintiff can tell the court that the plane is not taking off and withdraw the ticket, a discontinuance. You can take this step at any time during the plane journey. Let's look more closely at how a defendant prepares their ticket.
In Queensland courts, the general rule is that you must file and serve a defence within 28 days of having been served with the originating process. Even though the plaintiff has commenced the proceeding against you, and it's not something that you've chosen, it's important that you make an informed decision about whether or not you are going to engage in the process by defending the claim. It's best to get legal advice about this. Remember, if you don't file a defence within the stipulated period, it's highly likely that the claim lodged by the plaintiff will be accepted and a judgment entered against you.
I got this claim. It's all lies. Why is Paul suing me? He knows I can't afford it.
Well, we need to consider whether you have a legal basis to defend the claim and whether you've got enough evidence to support your position.
But it's just not fair. I mean, Paul and I have been friends for so many years. Why would he be suing me?
Look, I know it's really hard, but now that the matter has gone to court, we have to focus on the facts. Okay, so tell me what happened.
Well, Paul knew money was tight, and so he told me he had a friend who would do a valuation for my business. That friend came back and told me that the business was worth $160,000. Paul then offered to take the business off my hand for $180,000, and I was so grateful, you know. But then I noticed Paul started to spend a bit of money on the business, started to buy uniforms and stuff. So I thought, well, maybe I should get a second valuation done. And I got the second valuation done and they told me the business was worth $195,000. Paul was ripping me off, so I told him the deal's off.
Well, if you have evidence, you might have a defence, and you might also have a counterclaim for the loss you've suffered by the sale not going ahead. Okay, but first let's consider your defence. So do you have the statement of claim there? Okay. The best way to prepare a defence is to go through the statement of claim paragraph by paragraph, and in relation to each paragraph, answer 3 questions. Do you admit the paragraph, or do you deny it, or are you not sure? And if that's the case, we can come back to it a bit later. Okay, let's have a look at the first paragraph. Is this the registered name of your business?
Once both parties have filed and served their documents, their tickets, everyone can work out what the argument is actually about and how they can prove their argument. That's what we'll consider in video 3.